ये वीडियो ओरिजिनली इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में है। इसे हिंदी में देखने के लिए सेटिंग्स में जाकर हिंदी ऑडियो चूज करें।
Namaskar and welcome back to Simplify Your Space. When we think about decluttering, the first thing that usually comes to our mind are overflowing wardrobes, messy kitchens, or piles of toys. But today I want to talk about a different kind of a clutter. The clutter that we don't really see. The clutter that quietly sits in our cupboards, lofts, drawers, and storage spaces for years. The clutter that is not in front of our eyes every day, so we keep ignoring it and putting off decisions about it. But the truth is, this invisible clutter takes up a surprising amount of space in our homes, and without us even realizing it, it can create mental stress too. Every time your storage feels full, you struggle to find something, or you wonder why your home feels crowded despite regular decluttering, hidden clutter is often the reason. And honestly, this happens to me too. Even as someone who talks about organizing and decluttering all the time, I still find things accumulating in corners of my home without noticing. That's why today we are going to talk about 10 things that many of us are holding on to unnecessarily. Decluttering them can instantly create more space, more clarity, and a greater sense of calm in your home. Let's get started. Let's start with one of the biggest space stealer in our homes, cardboard boxes. The boxes that came with your TV, fridge, washing machine, phone, laptop, small appliances, and of course, all those courier boxes from online shopping. How many of these are still sitting somewhere in your home right now? We often keep them thinking we might need them for warranty purposes or they will come in handy if we decide to sell the product someday. But honestly, when was the last time you actually used that water purifier box that has been sitting in storage for the past 5 years? In most cases, you don't need the original box for warranty claims, and even if you decide to sell the product later, it will sell perfectly well as long as it's in good working condition. These cartons are simply taking up valuable storage space, collecting dust, and adding to the hidden clutter in our homes. So, if you have been holding on to them without a real reason, today might be the perfect day to finally let them go. This is another category that you will find in almost every home. Old vacuum cleaners, printers, DVD players, speakers, and gadgets or appliances that you once used regularly but no longer touch because you have upgraded to something better. For example, I had this old traditional vacuum cleaner sitting at home for years. I don't use it anymore because I had already upgraded to a cordless vacuum cleaner long ago. Yet this large appliance was still occupying valuable space in my home. And I'm sure many of you have something similar tucked away somewhere. If a newer product has completely replaced an older one and you have not used it in the last few years, it may be time to let it go. If you live in a housing society or apartment complex, you can post your unused appliances and gadgets in your society's WhatsApp group to sell or donate them. You can also use platforms like Facebook Marketplace to find people who may genuinely need them. This way, the item gets a second life instead of sitting unused in your home and taking up valuable space. Remember, storage comes at a cost too. Anything that is no longer adding value to your life should not be taking up valuable space in your home. Do you also have a drawer somewhere in your home filled with 2 or 3 old phones, a few headphones, maybe a tablet, and other gadgets that have been sitting there for years? If yes, you are definitely not alone. Let's talk about the electronics graveyard. Old phones, broken headphones, cracked tablets, faulty smartwatches, dead power banks, slow wireless chargers, old style USB mouse, broken keyboards that no longer work properly, and those remotes whose buttons stopped working years ago. We often hold on to these items thinking I will get them repaired someday, but if they have been sitting untouched in a drawer for the last 2 or 3 years, chances are that repair is never actually going to happen. Gather all these items in one place and make a decision. Either repair them, recycle them, or dispose of them responsibly. Remember, if you have not taken action on them in years, it's probably time to let them go. And while we are on this topic, I want to mention something very important. Old phones, tablets, and laptops should not be thrown directly into the trash. These devices contain batteries, metals, and other components that can be harmful to the environment. And they also may contain your personal data. Before disposing of any device, make sure you back up any important photos, videos, or documents, perform a factory reset, and remove any SIM cards or memory cards. Once that's done, take them to an authorized e-waste collection center or a certified recycler. Many electronics brands and stores also offer take back and recycling program. For example, you can dispose of e-waste through Chroma stores, and I've also shared details of a few recycling services in the description box that can even collect e-waste directly from your home. Remember, decluttering is not just about creating space in your home. It's also about letting things go responsibly. The purpose of home decor is to make your home feel beautiful, welcoming, and joyful. But as the years go by, our tastes and preferences naturally change. Showpieces, artificial flowers, festival decorations, impulse purchases, and many other decorative items often stay in our homes simply because we bought them at some point or because they were expensive. But just because something costs money does not mean it deserves a permanent place in your home. If a decor item no longer brings you joy or adds to the look and feel of your space, don't keep it out of a sense of ownership or obligation. It's perfectly okay to let it go. Your home should reflect who you are today, not a version of yourself from many years ago. The next category is a difficult one: gifts. Decluttering gifts can be challenging because emotions are often attached to them. Sometimes these are gifts we have received during festivals, family functions, or events, and many of them simply are not our style or something we would have chosen for ourselves. I think this happens to all of us. Yet we continue to store them for years, allowing them to occupy valuable storage space. Some gifts are not even suitable to pass on to someone else because the quality may not be great or they may not be useful to anyone. If a gift is not serving a purpose, does not bring you joy, and is simply taking up space, it's okay to let it go. If possible, donate it to someone who can actually use it. This category feels very relatable to me because I think all of us have had at least one project that started with a lot of excitement but never got completed. Craft supplies, half-painted items, furniture makeover projects, sewing projects, Pinterest-inspired ideas, we all have been there. I used to do a lot of DIY projects and share them with you all. So over the years, I have accumulated quite a collection of paints, craft supplies, and raw materials. The problem is that many of these items have now gone bad because I have not worked on a DIY project in a very long time. In fact, there was a phase when I was completely obsessed with mandala art. I bought all the supplies, spent some time creating it regularly, and then gradually lost interest. And honestly, I have not touched any of those materials in years. So ask yourself this simple question: am I realistically going to complete these unfinished projects in the next 3 months? If the answer is no, it may be time to let them go and free up some valuable space in your home. Take a look inside your linen cupboard, and I'm sure you will find a few bed sheets, pillow covers, or cushion covers that have seen better days. Some may have faded over time, some may have become rough, some may have fabric peeling, and others may have stains that never quite came out. You might even have bedding that is perfectly usable but simply does not feel comfortable anymore. Yet these items continue to occupy valuable space in our cupboards. For example, you have probably seen me using this bedsheet many times before. I absolutely love the design, but over the years it has developed so much fabric peeling that it actually feels uncomfortable to sleep on. It literally feels scratchy against the skin, and no matter how pretty it looks, it's no longer serving its purpose. So this is something I'm finally going to let go of. A simple rule when purging bedding is this: if you consistently avoid choosing a particular bedsheet when making the bed, it's probably not worth keeping. And if you have a beautiful bedsheet that you don't want to throw away, consider recycling the fabric into grocery bags, table mats, appliance covers, or other useful household items. Paper bags, gift bags, premium brand bags, reusable bags, we all seem to collect them. And to be fair, some of them are genuinely useful. Most of us keep them thinking they will come in handy the next time we need to give someone a gift. But if we are being realistic, how many of these bags do we actually end up using? I'm sure many of us have a huge stash tucked away somewhere, and a lot of them have been sitting there for years. Shoe bags in particular are something I rarely find a use of because they are not practical for gifting. So those can definitely go. Instead of keeping every bag that enters your home, set a limit for yourself. Maybe 10 to 15 good quality bags that can fit neatly inside a single basket or storage bag. Once that space is full, it's a sign that you have enough. Keeping a reasonable number makes sense, but storing dozens of bags just in case only creates unnecessary clutter. So keep the best ones and let the rest go. Waste paper bags and bags from 10-minute delivery apps also tend to accumulate very quickly. You can use these bags to discard household waste instead of storing them unnecessarily. These days, almost every product comes with a charging cable, and as a result, most homes end up with a collection of random wires and cables. USB-A type, USB-C type, adapters, HDMI cables, charging wires, and of course, those mystery cables that nobody remembers the purpose of anymore. The first step is to gather all of them in one place and sort them by category. You will probably be surprised by how many duplicates you have. Realistically, you don't need 5 cables of the same type. For most households, keeping 2 or 3 of each is more than enough. In fact, these days, many phones and appliances use Type-C cables, which work across multiple devices. Remove duplicates, get rid of unknown cables, and keep only what you genuinely need. For cables that are used but rarely used, store them neatly in a dedicated box so you can easily find them when needed. An organized cable box is incredibly useful, but an entire drawer overflowing with tangled wires is simply clutter. The last category is old manuals and paperwork. These days, almost every product manual is available online, yet many of us still have piles of instruction booklets and paperwork taking up space in our homes. In fact, some of these manuals belong to products that are not even in our homes anymore. And let's be honest, how often do we actually refer to these manuals for a mixer grinder and Nutri-Blender or similar everyday appliance? Most of the time, never. So this is a great opportunity to reduce your paper clutter by letting go of manuals you no longer need. If there is anything you think you might want to keep for reference, simply scan it and save a digital copy on your phone, tablet or laptop. That way you will still have access to the information whenever you need it without having to store stacks of paper at home. So this is a great opportunity to reduce your paper clutter by letting go of manuals you no longer need. In the same way, any warranty documents that have already expired can be discarded as well. After years of organizing and decluttering my home, one thing I have noticed again and again is that the biggest transformation does not happen when we clear visible clutter. It happens when we finally deal with the invisible clutter that have been quietly occupying our cupboards, drawers, lofts, and storage spaces for years. That's the clutter that slowly consumes our storage space, our energy, and even our peace of mind without us realizing it. So this week, I encourage you to pick just one category from today's list and spend just 15 minutes decluttering it. You might be surprised by how much lighter, calmer, and more organized your home feels afterward. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and share, and subscribe to Simplify Your Space for more videos like this. I'll see you all in the next one. Till then, happy organizing from Simplify Your Space. Bye bye.